Chris Lewis began lifeguarding at Bournemouth nearly 59 years ago at the tender age of 16, and along the way he met the love of his life. She's with him now, Elaine, who's also been lifeguarding, would you believe, for half a century, 50 years exactly. Amazing.
Well, in that time, Chris has saved hundreds of lives at sea. Last week, he received a Guinness World Record for being the longest-serving lifeguard in the world. I'm delighted to say that Chris joins us now alongside Elaine. Good morning to you both.
Hello,
Thanks so much for coming in. I mean, Chris, how does it feel? Because I imagine when you started all those years ago, you probably didn't think you'd still be doing it now. Not only that, but getting the Guinness World Record.
Well, it's one of those things that people have asked this question since. And because I enjoy lifeguarding, I enjoy being at the beach, it isn't quite... It's nice to have it, don't get me wrong, but the main thing is just actually doing it. It's, you know, it is really, really good. And for me, it was a case of I wasn't well when I gave up teaching, and
you were depressed, weren't you?
Yeah, and it kept me fit. It got me fit and kept me fit. And
well, you say keep you fit. I can't. I mean, you'll be 75 next birthday, is that right? When's your birthday?
February.
OK, fine. So you've got
I've got a little bit to go.
And OK, then at 74, you have to and you can swim underwater for 25 metres.
Yeah.
On the surface for 25 metres, under 50 seconds, is that right?
50 seconds,
And you also have to be able to run 200 metres, 250 metres on the beach in under 40 seconds.
Yeah.
And you can do all that.
Well, the running bit is the bit that's likely... I've got an old rugby injury.
OK.
So it's the thing that I'm having to work on the most.
But you can still do it?
I can, I did it last year and I'm working on it. I'll be coming up to doing a fitness test this year soon.
Good for you. That's amazing, isn't it? So, but you have to keep up the regular swimming and, you know, out at sea.
Well,
to be able
also,
to
we have to do a 400-metre swim. So the 400 metres, the first 200 metres is under 3.5 minutes. And you complete the 400 metres in under 7.5.
Grief.
So last time, I did it in 6:45.
Yay.
So that was
and
quite
what about
good.
you? Do you have to do exactly the same, or is it slightly different for women lifeguards?
No, it's the same for women, but because I do it voluntary, I don't have to do the run and I don't have to do the underwater swim.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I have done it before, but I have to do the time swim for the 400-metre swim. So everything we have to do is the same as what the men do. There's no distinguishing.
You two met, didn't you, while you were lifeguarding? Tell us that story, how that happened.
Well, I had 3 years at Teacher Training College in Birmingham and came back to Bournemouth to our local swimming pool, which is Stokewood Leisure Centre, and I came out of the changing room, as you do, and there was Elaine at the far end, and
you thought, hello.
And last Friday was our 49th wedding anniversary.
Oh,
congratulations!
Man. It's all the big numbers with you guys.
It's getting there.
Put your wedding picture here, look.
Oh, dear. Right.
What year's that? What year were you married?
1975.
I noticed you came in. He struggled with that one, didn't he?
So, I think he was just letting Elaine take that one.
So, I mean, I don't know if you've kept count, but roughly, how many people do you think you've gone in to help, pull out of the water, save, you name it?
Well, it's really difficult to know. I mean, there are individual bits that stand out, but then all day, every day, you are, you know, the first stage of a rescue is to say, come to me, or to give advice to somebody not to put themselves in danger.
So you're trying to avert the problem in the first place?
Oh, totally. And I mean, the whole life as a lifeguard is we've got red and yellow flags. You know, people go to the beach and think, oh, they don't think. They go to the beach and go and swim. And the sea is...
It's a killer.
It's a strange environment. Now, if you want to be as safe as possible, you go between red and yellow flags, so you know that you've got lifeguards keeping an eye on you.
Right.
And then, you know, it's still not safe in the sense.
What's the reason that people get into trouble? I mean, adults say get into trouble. I mean, I guess, let's be honest, some people must go in boozed up.
Yeah. Oh, totally. I mean, I've been out and I've gone out on the ski, and there's been a chap in an inflatable, and he's got a 2-litre bottle of cider alongside him, and you think, what is going on? You know, people they just don't think. They're going to the beach and having fun. Now, our aim at the beach is for people to come to the beach, have fun,
Go home alive.
and go home alive, but having had a good time.
Of course.
So we want to make things as nice as we can for them.
What did you think when you first saw the Hoff? Did you think, newcomer?
Well, the thing is, it was good publicity in terms of saying this is lifeguarding and beach safety. But the number of times now you get, people will point and say, what's your name? Is it David? And I have to say, well, that's the first time I've heard that.
I'm sure you've been involved in some dramatic situations, some sort of situations over the years that have been worrying to be in. What's a memorable rescue for you when you look back and think,
well,
oh, my goodness?
Yeah, there is one that it's the one that I've spoke about most, and we had southeasterly winds, which in Bournemouth are when you've got longshore drift with the current going from Christchurch to Poole, so it's a long, and it's why the groins are there, because they catch the sand. Now, if you've got southeasterly winds, it's got going in the same direction. Now, if you've got the current going out as well, you have quite a strong pull one way.
Gotcha.
Now, if you've got waves, that makes quite a difficult situation. So one day, I'd been along, I'd done my job, as far as I'm concerned, really well, spoken to all the public, spoken to the people in beach huts, and said, look, it's not really too bad now, but you need to keep well away from the groins that are there. And at this time, we didn't have, it was a while ago, before we used red and yellow flags, and it was, Bournemouth Council had what they called an open beach. So we tried to keep an overall eye on everything. So on this particular occasion, I'm about 200 metres away, and I'm looking, and I can see this group of children who look to be getting closer. So off I went, got down there, and as I was going, I overtook the mum, who I'd told it was dangerous. She was trying to get there. And just as I got there, a wave picked this girl up, who was 16, and slapped her right into the end of the groin. So she hit the end of the wooden groin face on. And so blood out of her nose and all that. And then there was brother, had panicked at this point, was holding on to the groin, had lots of little cuts all over. And another brother was just drifting, panicking. So I rescued 3 at once.
3 in one go?
Yeah.
Good for
but
you.
now, that was the thing, and you think, right, that's all right. But the thing that made it stand out was, as I walked up the beach all stood up and they applauded.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
So that was quite, you know, that's quite an amazing...
It's a great memory.
So that's the reason it actually sticks.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you both.
It really
Many
is.
congratulations.
Thank you.
And of course,
Yes,
Bournemouth is
thank
the
you so much.
sunniest place in Britain, isn't it? So
Well,
you get
it's
plenty
by
of sun.
far the best place in
You would say that.
and lots of other places. Yeah.
Well, congratulations on your
Yes.
award, and
Thank you very much.
Congratulations on reaching 50 years doing it.
Thank you.
Just
And
extraordinary.
thank you for all the work you do and the difference it makes to people's lives. Just a big thank you
very
for
much.
that.
Well,
It's a vital service.